Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about process improvement. And what I want to talk about in particular is the role that social collaboration tools can play in process improvement. Because I think that's pretty exciting. I think that social collaboration tools open up whole new opportunities on how to do process improvement, and those opportunities are very exciting. Let's take a look at what social collaboration tools can do and what types of process improvement there are. So first of all, we can go with the very traditional way of process improvement, eliminating non-value added work. So now you're doing some work, for example on production line, and it takes you 5 minutes, and you're trying to figure out ways to make it last only 4 minutes. So taking that 1 minute off of the work. And it's often done by splitting the work into what's called value-added work, so the work that's actually helping to refine the product, and non-value-added work, which is type of administration or moving parts around, or things that don't actually help you create the final product, but things that you nonetheless maybe have to do. Sometimes there's even a distinction drawn between non-value-added and non-value-added by necessary, which is basically the same thing, but non-value-added but necessary are the things that we really haven't figured out how to remove. And social collaboration tools can be used as a tool to improve this type of things. So for example, if you're working on documents, and you work on documents first in like Word format and uploading the files somewhere, if you instead move the work on a wiki platform and the documents are actually worked where they are stored and used, then you're eliminating some of the work that previously needed to be done but doesn't have to be done anymore thanks to the social collaboration tool. So okay, social collaboration tools have things to contribute in this very traditional type of process improvement. Another very traditional type of process improvement is eliminating process phases. So okay, we're trying to figure out, maybe we don't need to do this thing, maybe you can leave that out. And you can also use social collaboration tools and automation to solve some of these things and do things that you usually have had to do manually. Again, very traditional process improvement work. And something that social collaboration tools can also contribute to. Third, the final way of traditional process improvement, although this is less traditional perhaps than the others, because this is something that has been very inspired by the lean movement, reducing wait time between process phases. One of the great insights of lean was that, okay, actually, if it takes you 5 minutes of work to do something and you cut that down to 4 minutes, does that really matter if your product is then going to stay in an inventory for 1 day before it's going to be processed in the next step? And then you notice that, okay, that 24 hours is actually quite a lot more than that 1 minute. So maybe we should focus on how to make these transitions smoother and how to create flow between process phases. And that way improve the entire process much more than just the individual phases and just the work that's being done there. And social collaboration tools can be used to improve information flow, and that way they can be used to reduce these wait times and improve flow in a process. So those were 3 traditional types of process improvement. However, social collaboration tools have some really exciting possibilities to go beyond these. First of all, skipping process phases. While I was working at Fastems, I actually built there a social feedback system and claim handling system that was based on the idea that all of this information is going to a social collaboration platform and to the activity streams there. And then people are going to find it there as well. And even though we had a quality team that was responsible for ensuring that everything goes by the book and all the issues are handled, then by making them available, actually it often happened that people who were responsible for these issues would notice that, okay, a new claim has come up, and they would take initiative and solve the problem even before the official slower process was able to do it. And this way, the average lead times for these types of issues can be shortened. Now you might wonder, okay, but is that a good idea at all? Because by doing this, we introduce more variability into the mix. And at least in a manufacturing environment, variability is bad. If you don't know how long it takes to build, for example, a single part that's then going to be used in another machine, you're sometimes going to build up inventory, sometimes you're going to be running short, you're unable to optimize the flow of the entire process unless all of the phases themselves are reliable. But in this case, this is often applicable to points like problem solving, claim handling, innovation, things that really do not require that sort of strict adherence to standard task times, and even processes where these sort of standard task times are impossible to achieve. So, for example, if you have a manufacturing line and it's going to go down, would you rather have a process that's going to get it up in 30 minutes 100% of the time? Or would you have a process that's going to get it up in 30 minutes 50% of the time, and in 10 minutes another 50% of the time? Assuming that you don't have anything particularly good to do with the workforce for those 30 minutes so that you would just always assign them to do something else for precisely this time, then it's always better to pick the process that's more variable, but on average faster. And there are many such processes in a company nowadays, and in these cases social collaboration tools can really help. Other than just skipping, there's another similar way as well, and that's the power of serendipity, receiving unexpected help. To take the example of this feedback and innovation system again, the system works so that all of the information was on a social collaboration platform, and it was there in the activity stream of all the people all the time. So it often also happened that people who were not working on this particular subject in this company would chime in and say, okay, I have a solution for this, and it's like this and this. So they might have that experience from their past roles in the company, or from their past roles in their career, or even from their hobbies. So having these sort of competencies that are very difficult for a company to keep track of, but people are complex beings, they have all sorts of competencies. But because all the improvement and innovation and development work was done in the open, they all had a chance to contribute. Now you might ask, okay, but couldn't this be done without social collaboration tools? What if we just say sent an email about everything to everyone at the company? Yeah, I guess you know that's not going to work. People would be flooded with information and they would be completely unable to do any actual work. But that's not the point of how serendipity works in a social collaboration platform. Let's say you have 10,000 people. You don't send an email to 10,000 people about everything. But you can put all the stuff in the social collaboration platform, and let's say 1,000 people or 500 people are going to see that particular piece of information in the activity stream. And some of them will know something about it. And those who do, they're going to focus, okay, hey, now I noticed something on the activity stream that I care about and that I want to talk more about. Now I know about, I can contribute to this one. And this way, it gets attention of the right people, not every single people in the whole enterprise who would know about this, but just a handful of individuals who are able to contribute and improve this. And what's even better, if something is particularly popular, particularly something that's really important, it gets more mentions, it gets more visibility in the activity stream, it gets more people contributing, so important issues get more visibility and also more help. And this way, social collaboration tools can use the power of serendipity to actually improve the results, Not just skip process phases and make things faster, but also get help from people that you would normally not know to ask from, and that way improve the end result. To sum this up, social collaboration tools are a really exciting new piece in the process improvement toolkit, because they help where help is needed the most. They are not particularly helpful in a traditional environment where you have a process and you have standard work times and takt time, and you just go chunk from one piece to another. But they're very helpful in things like sudden repairs, problem solving, ideation, innovation. These sort of more fuzzy things that are harder to get a grasp of, very difficult, if not downright impossible, to get to work on takt time, and things that companies are usually not that good at. So social collaboration tools help where help is needed the most, and that's what makes them such an interesting addition to a process improvement toolkit. So, that was my thought for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. For more thoughts on lean, strategy, and business, please visit my YouTube channel, and if you like what you see, remember to subscribe.